Hello, and welcome back to the library. I'm your favorite host, the Haunted Librarian. Today, we will be warning you about 6 spine-chilling tales. Remember that if you read them, you do so at your own risk. Do you like haunting tales that play with your mind and make you question whether the narrator is actually insane or experiencing paranormal activity? Then this is the book for you. The Turn of the Screw, created by Henry James in 1898. This story is filled with psychological terror and uses an unreliable narrator, which only increases the uncertainty of the terrifying events that happen. The tale begins with a young lady being hired by a man to become a governess. The employer is uncle to the creepy and strange children, Flora and Miles. Their parents have died, and now someone must keep a watchful eye on both the children and the isolated country house they are staying in. Soon, dark secrets and terrors are unleashed that all point back to the previous governess, Miss Jessel, and her untimely demise. A greater threat and terror awaits children in our next entry on this list. Uzumaki, created by Junji Ito in 1999, is a manga collection of horrifying visceral images and legends centered around a foggy landscape. An accursed town called Kurozu-cho is plagued by a strange disease. It starts when there is a spiral-shaped corpse found. It's Shuichi's father that succumbed to the madness of the spiral infection. Soon, the residents are left paranoid and infested as the circular disease slowly spreads. There is a mad dash to survive and to find a way to evade the curse before the area devolves into a complete madhouse. Surviving a curse is one thing, but surviving the apocalypse is another entirely. The Stand by Stephen King tells the story of a disease that spreads between people. The book also looks at our human nature and what influences people to be either heroes or villains. Unfortunately, this time, the effects of the virus are spread much worse. After an extreme influenza strand leaves the earth a desolate, plague-laden wasteland, a group of people must fight to survive. If the survivors can't work together, then there will be no hope of making it through other challenges that they must face. Turmoil and hatred could do more damage to the survivors than even the infection. Horror master Edgar Allan Poe also does a great job at exploring the dangers of the human psyche and how we can harm each other. Well renowned for his human monsters, Poe displays his remarkably talented ability to portray the human mind as a dark and disturbing place. It's best to read his entire collection in order to get a better idea of this. The complete tales and poems of Edgar Allan Poe is an absolute must for any gothic horror fan, and any fan of Poe's in general. Continuing with Gothic fiction, we have Bram Stoker's classic, Dracula. The story follows Jonathan Harker and his travels to the Carpathian Mountains, where he notices vast widespread forests and a gloomy atmosphere. The inhabitants of this land are even stranger. Weirdly, they are mortified at the name Dracula, and beg him not to go visit the Count. Not heeding their warnings, he travels through the night to the foreboding home of Count Dracula. Shrouded in darkness and mystery, the castle is as gloomy and decrepit as its owner. Soon, Harker realizes that his new client is a bloodthirsty creature of death, and that he must escape from the castle walls with his life if he wishes to save his loved ones. Finally, we will continue talking about another different kind of inhuman monster in another classic work, Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. Another Gothic masterpiece. This tale centers around the grief of the brilliant inventor, Victor Frankenstein. With his family dying because of a mistake that he made years ago, Victor must live with the fact that he created an undead menace. Left abandoned, the man-made monstrosity has grown furious and hateful of humanity and his creator. Victor must do something before it's too late, and the creation finally gets his revenge. If that list didn't scare you, then I don't know what will. Take care not to die of fright when reading these, because, after all, you never know what's lurking around the corner, waiting in the darkness.